A very good morning to all. Today, we are moving on to the next chapter, that is chapter number 14, and the name of the chapter is Our Earth. Let's learn about Earth. Earth is a home planet. So what is special about Earth? It is the only planet where the life exists, right? It has plants, animals, and small living things because it has air, water, light, and heat. So, Earth is a planet where we all live. That is the home planet. It is our home planet. And it is the only planet where the life exists. The Earth is very big. We can say it is round like an orange. The Earth, it is very big. And the Earth is made up of air, water, and land. And if you closely observe the Earth, you can see major part of the Earth is covered with water. That is, 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water. And only 1/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with land. So the 3/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with water, that is the blue part, and 1/4 of the Earth's surface is covered with land, that is the brown part, and you can see the white patches. They are the clouds in the sky. Then we know that most of the Earth's surface, that is the major part of the Earth's surface, is covered with water. So we call it as the blue planet. So Earth is called as the blue planet. Why? Because there is more water than land on the Earth. The major part of the Earth is covered with water. So it is called as the blue planet. The Earth is the planet where we all live. That is our home planet. So it is the only planet where the life exists. And the Earth is made up of land, water, and air. Now we all know air is all around us, right? So can we feel air? Yes, but we cannot see air, right? We can feel the presence of air, and we all need air. And the layer of air around the Earth, that we call it as atmosphere. So what is atmosphere? The layer of air that surrounds the Earth, that we call it as atmosphere. And the Earth receives light and heat from the sun. So that is why the life is possible on Earth. On Earth, we have plants, animals, and living things because there is light, heat, air, and water. So that is about the Earth. So Earth is the planet where we all live. It is our home planet, and the layer of air that surrounds the Earth, what do we call? We call it as atmosphere. It is the only planet where the life exists, and it is made up of land, water, and air. And Earth is called as the blue planet because most part of the Earth is covered with water. So I hope this is clear to you. Now let's learn about the movements of the Earth. The Earth has two types of movements, that is rotation and revolution. So which are the two types of movements? That is rotation and revolution. So here you can see two different pictures. So what is the first picture? It's a daytime, right? Where you can see the sunlight. What about in the second picture? It is dark, right? The sky looks dark and you can see only the moon. So is there any difference between these two pictures? Yes. During day, we can see the sun. What about at night? At night, we cannot see the sun. It is dark. So have you ever thought how this happens? How this day and night occurs? On a day, half of the time we can see the sun, right? Then rest of the day there is no sun. It is dark. So how this happens? How the day and night occurs? So the day and night occurs due to the movement of the earth. That is due to the rotation of the earth. So our earth is rotating all the time. We can say it is not stationary. It does not remain in the same position. The earth is rotating all the time. And if you closely observe this picture, you can see an imaginary line. An imaginary line that is passing from North Pole to South Pole. That imaginary line, we call it as axis. So the movement of the earth on its axis, we call it as rotation. And the earth moves from west to east. And the earth spins like a top. I hope you have seen the picture of a top. So the earth spins like a top. It is rotating all the time. So the day and night occurs due to the rotation of the earth. And our earth takes one day. One day means 24 hours. It takes 24 hours to complete one rotation. And the movement of the earth on its axis, we call it as rotation. So we learned the day and night occurs due to the rotation of the earth. So let me explain that. So we learned the earth is rotating all the time. So what happens here is, as the earth rotates, half of the earth, that is the half part of the earth, comes closer to the sun, which means that part receives sunlight. The sun gives light and heat, and that part of the earth receives sunlight, and that part will have day. And what about the part of the earth which is away from the sun? That part will have night. Why? Because it does not receive sunlight. So that part will have night. So as the earth keeps on rotating, the part of the earth which is away from the sun comes closer to the sun, and that part will have day, and part of the earth which was nearer to the sun moves away from the sun, and that part will have night. So this happens, this keeps on changing. So the day and night occurs due to the rotation of the earth. And the earth takes one day, which means 24 hours to complete one rotation. Then there is an activity in page number 135. You can just go through that activity, and there are two questions given. You can answer it based on this activity, and you will get to know the rotation of the earth causes day and night. In page number 134, there are two questions. The earth has more water than land, land than water. So the earth has more water than land. So that is the right answer. The second one, the layer of air that surrounds the earth, we call it as atmosphere. So I hope this topic is clear to you. We learned about earth, and we learned how the day and night occurs. The day and night occurs due to the rotation of the earth. The movement of the earth on its axis, we call it as rotation. And the earth takes one day to complete one rotation. So I hope this topic is clear to you. Let's discuss the rest of the topics in the coming class. Till then, thank you.